Hi,
Well,
Vijay, Jackie, Logus. How are you, Susan?
yeah, small,
Nice
thank
to
you.
see you.
You know what we'll do is we'll go ahead and jump and get started since people showed up on time. I appreciate that. And the others will trickle in. So just know that the screen will change and jump around. That's pretty typical. But welcome, you guys. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kevin Lee. I'm a spiritual life coach here in South Florida in Fort Lauderdale near Miami. And so if you may know my background, if you do know me, I ran a metaphysical community for 13 years, hosting a lot of speakers like myself, like Simal, and mystics, healers, all kinds of interesting ministers from different places in the world with amazing spiritual potentials. And during the pandemic, I closed that and really just took the ministry of me on the road and began to do a lot of stage work. I'm a big speaker, love camera, and also coaching programs, workshops, and things for different spiritual communities. So that's really what I do from a spiritual and a business perspective. And if you don't know, for 35 years, I've been a nurse for, a nurse anesthetist for 22 years and a registered nurse for 35 years. So that's my academic training, right? And I'm still part-time in nursing, surprisingly. I run a very busy life. I don't have much downtime. And my goal is to step full-time into this world of health and wellness and spiritual development, developing small business owners like yourselves. And that's why I created this, because I said in one of my videos a few days ago, you guys text me all the time asking for referrals. I get so many requests. Kevin, you know everybody. And it's true. And I thought, well, let me create an expert series of the people that have changed my life or helped my business to up level. And so that's what this today is. Expert series is a way for me to bring in someone special. And today I'll introduce you guys to Simal momentarily. But we're going to talk about marketing. We're going to talk about Google reviews or just reviews in general, reputation management, SEO, things like that, which are sometimes maybe a little stressy because they're maybe a big concept for you. But they're super important and they're actually super doable, especially when you're the right coaches helping you, right people. And so I kind of want to just know if you wouldn't mind sharing in the chat, where are you even at in the world? Just drop in the chat, maybe your city, maybe your country, and maybe even what do you do? What's your title, right? So for me, spiritual life coach, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And so just drop that in. So I see, just drop in the chat when you get a moment. And that just kind of helps us know what types of people are here, what kind of business are here. Hi, Mary. Good to see you, my dear. And Mary, I was just asking people, just say, drop in the chat where you're hailing in from. So I see Jackie's in Fort Lauderdale, personal coach and breathwork facilitator. I know, Mary, you're in California. Good to see you. And so what were the type of registrants that I noticed? Simal's in London, yes. And so what I noticed is some of the people who registered, quite a few of them actually, are small business owners that serve their communities, or their community leaders, and people who have large followings, kind of like what I did when I ran my metaphysical chapel. And so for this today, I really want to know do you currently even have any kind of a reputation marketing strategy? Maybe that's a big word. Let me break it down. Reputation is like, how do people think of you and your brand, right? And is there some kind of a marketing strategy in place? Just put a yes or a no, a Y or an N in the chat if you feel you have some kind of a basic reputation marketing strategy going on. For me, when people book private sessions with me, they get an email afterwards that actually asks them to review my reading session for them. And it's actually, if you go and check out my Google reviews, you'll see how high it is because of automation. So that's key, right? So I see not yet started. You know what, Lourdes, that's very common. It can be a little stressy and it's new, it's an uncertain territory, but Simal will break that down today and kind of explain all of this. Somewhat, Jackie, yes, right? Erica, yes. I know Erica, Miss Overachiever. I know you have a marketing strategy. Thank you for being here, Erica.
Hi.
Mary says new territory. I love it. Well, it's actually doable, so don't worry about it. My next question is, do you currently have advanced holistic keyword SEO, right? Do you do some kind of a holistic keyword that you put into your post or into your website that is captured by Google searches easily? So Bajil says yes, I believe that. Jackie says yes. I'm proud of you guys. That's actually two of you. That's important. I do it myself. And I've noticed the traction in the research and reports of afterwards, after we started implementing it. There was changes in my web traffic and emails, text messages, things like that. Really, the two main business challenges that we have is we have an online presence, we have a website, but we don't get enough of the right audience to our website. I've noticed that in the last few years that the traffic to my website kind of went downhill. Has anybody else noticed that something shifted in the last few years to your brand, your website, your marketing, whatever you're doing? Yes, very much so. And it's because of a lack of online visibility and awareness. And something I'll say is you're going to start seeing a different kind of marketing for me soon, because I'm using AI to take some previously created media and I'm going to be breaking it down and reposting, because I think people have forgotten me, right? So I need more exposure. And so you're going to start seeing more social media things popping up from some of my previous conferences, workshops, things that I've done, that I do online. And one of the other main business challenges that I've noticed is that we don't seem to get conversions from those that are finding our business. So if people are contacting me from my Google My Business page, or from Facebook post, or my Instagram post, or TikTok, how am I really converting these people? Am I tracking them? And one of the problems is people who may see my post or see my media, there's really limited credibility, right? I have to kind of build a sense of reputation. They don't really know me, so why would they hire me to do a spiritual reading for them? They may not even see my, what do they call them? Gold stars, like the 5 gold stars, right? For a review. If I don't have a system for them to see that other people are loving me, they're not going to fall in love with me. And so that's a very important factor to consider. And I want to mention this. Let me just, yeah, I'll mention this. I want you to stay to the end, because there's going to be a free detailed report that you guys get, which is really comparing your digital standing in the industry. I was shocked when Simal gave me mine many months ago. It was not as high as I thought I was. It was a wake-up call, and it really motivated me to do some things to make my business a little more show-upable, right? And so this report is free. It's our gift to you all. And and also an opportunity to really just have a phone call with Simal and myself to see what we can do to support you all if that's something for you. So our buddy today, Simal Raicha, who you can see is here with us, he was born in Kenya, and that is the land of runners and sprinters, if you know anything about World Olympics, right? In 1993, he started learning about IT and digital search engines via American University. And then in 1998, he started a career in the regional internet company, and amongst management role, he was overseeing the technical side as well as training a lot of people how to use and leverage the internet, which is why he's the expert today. He's been in London, London, United Kingdom for almost 20 years, and he co-founded a company that supports me, Strategic Web Success Group, SWS. And they've helped over 1,000 businesses, small businesses and good-sized businesses, really in over 20 countries, with a team to leverage the power of the internet and the services and potentials of the internet. And so really, without further ado, I'd like to turn this over to Simal and let you interact with our people today.
Kevin, thank you so much for organizing this little meet with your community, your friends.
I appreciate you. Absolutely.
The reputation and the digital is something that's very special to me. It's very close to my heart. I've been in this industry for almost three decades, since 1990s, and it's really an honor for me to share a little bit of the knowledge that I've got over the years, as well as what our team have done. Right, Vijay, thank you so much for coming. You've been one of our very great clients, and thank you for. I'll be happy to get some sort of an update from you from what you've experienced from the journey we've had for the last many years. Right, I will try to make this very simple. And Kevin did ask my commitment that for those of you that want to learn.
Whoops.
Sorry, good. For those of you who like to learn, because today I'm just going to give an overview, a general viewpoint, how things happen. But if you'd like to get to know about your personal business, where we can do an assessment, give you some suggestions, I'll be happy to jump onto a call later this week or next month on that. So I'll just quickly share my screen and just go through a few slides. Feel free to have your set of questions towards that, which I'll gladly go through it. Now, in terms of, is my screen visible? Is it good? Can I say, yeah? Great. So in terms of the digital marketing, this is quite a large space, and there are so many things involved in digital marketing. And very often it becomes quite confusing. What's the channel one should use, right? And our company, we call Strategic Web Success, and we come up with a plan of action strategy for our client, okay? So we've got the reputation marketing. I'm going to touch on that to create a strong brand. Social media marketing can also work, which is something that we do provide as well. And I'm going to today talk to you about a holistic and advanced keyword omnichannel SEO as well. Okay, so there are different areas to look into. Okay, so as I mentioned, as Kevin mentioned, today is very educational. There will be some gift packs that will be providing you, also a free 360 degrees audit of your business that will have further tips on what you can do to excel over your competition. Now, how to position yourself as a marketer with reputation marketing. A little bit about us. We are a team of almost 50 people, started in 13 years ago. And we're quite honored to have had the pleasure of working with more than 1,000 clients, many of them in America as well, over the last so many years. Okay. In terms of the reputation marketing, we have a certain technology, of patented technology through our team, and with awards in doing that. So this is something that if you want to learn about the technology, it has proven over the years to bring great success to over 1,000 clients. Now, what is reputation marketing? Now, some of you probably have got an inclination of what it is. At times, I find that even up to now, there's a bit of a hazy understanding what it is. So reputation marketing is simply a three-pronged strategy. One, do you have a system of collecting feedback from your clients? Now, I'm sure all of you, in one form or another, would love to get your clients to give you online reviews. But on the same breath, you probably have got a lot of challenge of getting online reviews. So we make this into a simple way, whereby you have a system of collecting feedback from your customers. So rather than asking for reviews, you ask for a feedback. People are quite shy or not too inclined to give reviews, because the thing is, what is in it for me if I give Erica a review? So we help to collect feedback. And the way it works is that once the feedback is collected, it then becomes an online reviews and gets amplified. So that will help you to promote your current brand and attract new customers. But it doesn't stop there. Once it's amplified, it creates positive cycle, a loop, where the feedback loops get regenerated, gets published on multiple platforms, right? It creates a momentum whereby your satisfied customers eventually help you to attract new ones. And there's nothing as more powerful than this, okay? Because the game of online marketing has changed. Now, every day people are going to go online looking for your business. They may not know your company name, but they are looking for your product or your business. So what happens? This is a research that was done. Who would you call first? And there was a, as per the survey done, 55% of people said they first called the business had an excellent reputation and a great reputation, 5-star reviews. Only 27% of people are going to consider the one that offer the cheapest service. So that alone tells you more than double your public, your potential clients need you to have a strong reputation for them to do business with you. It doesn't matter how cheap you are. It is your reputation that counts. So having said that, if we know it's your reputation, then let's focus on how we're going to do it. And again, why is it important? Because businesses look up to 10 reviews before making a decision, and 6 to 10 reviews before they trust your business. Now, there are two things you need to consider. One, your reputation has got to be recent. It cannot be what I had a meeting with somebody this morning. He's a wedding planner, and he mentioned to me, because he didn't have any reputation on a certain platform, he's on his social media, somebody was almost not doing business with him. Right? Fortunately, he managed to get all of them, and he realized how important reputation is. Okay, and so this can be economics.com. Again, I'm going to just cite a few research out there that you will agree with. Right, local. 86% of consumers read reviews for local businesses, and if your target audience is 18 to 34, that's 95% of people. And guess what happens? As the people within that age group, who is the target audience, as time goes, that bracket of people is going to increase, because they are sort of accustomed to looking at reviews. Another 40% of consumers only take into account reviews in the last 2 weeks. So if you have 120 reviews, but only 3 are recent, you are as good as your recent reviews. Okay. So how do you improve your reputation marketing steps? First of all, you need to have an optimized Google business listing. So that's something like this. And thank you, Bijal, for allowing us to use yours. So that's a business listing. If you don't have a Google business listing, first of all, you can't be found. It's going to be fully optimized. I remember a couple of years ago when me and Bijal, we were on a call. Within 10 minutes, was it that long, Bijal? Your distance was up and running, right? So that's a very, very minimal thing you can get Google to know, hey, I exist. Okay, now let's go to be NAP. NAP for Google. Please have a look at this later on at your when convenient. Just type on Google what is NAP for Google and why NAP for Google is important. That stands for name, address, and phone number. If your name, address, and phone number is not consistent, doesn't match, it doesn't matter how many places or digital footprints you put out there, it won't help you. Volume, you need to have a lot of people talking about you. You need to have a process and system that reviews go online. I'm going to show you, Bijal also mentioned just now, that they went from 0 to 100 and something in a short span of time. And he had been asking his clients to give a review, but that generally doesn't happen unless you make a system. If you have negative reviews, consider the ratio of 1 to 15. 1 positive review for every negative reviews. Again, how recently? As I mentioned, the age makes a difference. And as equally important is how are they spread. The way I mentioned to my audience is, it's like brushing your teeth. If you just brush the top left or the bottom right for 5 minutes a day, your oral dental hygiene wouldn't be great unless you do it everywhere. So the online platform is quite large, and you need to make sure that your reputation is on multiple platforms, not just on Google. Replies, when you receive reviews, then they need to be replied. You need to have a system of making sure that negative reviews don't go online, and you have live reviews published on your website with authority. So if I quickly might show you this, and I'll bring this again. So Kevin used our services for a while. So if you go to his website, the very first thing that pops up is a verified review, right? So if somebody is browsing Kevin's website, within a few seconds, as they're trying to get more information, look what Kevin does. Very quickly, another review pops up. And that's what that does. It makes your website very engaging, right? And how do you know whether this is genuine? It's Kevin's website. Anyone can write anything they want onto the website. So what we do, through the technology we possess and our Google partnership, we get a verified, certified badge from Google confirming this is a genuine review. So how do you verify? If you click on the G, that will open up the Google Places where Kevin's reviews are. And if you type the name of the person, it will open up his or her profile online. So that shows that's, and then somebody can read as many as they want to. And generally, you find once somebody reads read like 4 or 5 reviews, without a shadow of doubt, they would get that confidence that he is a person to go for the services that he's offering. Likewise, in your business as well, you need to have this badge of authority and you need to have live reviews pointing back. So that is how you build your reputation. But then easier said than done. But how do you do it? Now, we all know why reputation is important. I mean, this is not something new. I believe I probably am not giving you breaking news, but what is a challenge? The challenge generally is for businesses that your clients, when you ask them to give you a review, generally feel pressurized to give a review because, like I said, the question is, hey, Erika is asking me for a review, or BJL is asking me for a review. What's in it for me, right? And the mindset is like, I've already paid him or her for the services. Why would I give a review? Secondly, if you send a link, a Google link, again, that may have a drawback. One, that review will only go on Google. It won't get published on multiple platforms. And secondly, what if that person wasn't 100% happy? You're just encouraging them to put a negative feedback on like. Now, just to explain to you, just to make myself clear, to build an overall reputation strategy, collecting of review is just one of the steps. That is not the be all and the end all of the whole thing. So when you eat a pizza, cheese is just an ingredient. It's not the whole pizza, right? So review collection is a little bit one step only. Now, why do you need to have a strong reputation? All of you on this call, I believe it's one way or another, you are creating awareness of the product or service of what you do in your business, whether it could be networking, workshops, maybe you got a social media account. So if you create an awareness and people find you, what's a common theme for the last couple of years? Everyone wants to do a research before they engage you, before they buy your product or service. They will want to do research. And this is where it becomes quite challenging. If your competition has a better reputation than you in the platform where your client went, and again, there are loads of platforms. You may not know where your client is going to go and do the research. Like we are 8 of us, 10 of us in this room. Each one of us has probably got a drink of our choice or a color of our choice, which might be totally different from another person. So where you go to do a research, when you're buying a product or service, very different than where your target audience goes. And this is where, if you've got negative reviews on that platform or not enough positive reviews, and your competition has got a stronger reputation in that platform, what might happen? He or she, that guy, job logs, instead of using your services, may end up engaging with your competition just because they took care of their reputation and you probably were not aware of what to do. And that can be quite painful. So the question to ask ourselves is, would it make sense to use your money or your effort to help market your competition? Right? It should be the other way around. You need to build a strong reputation so that your target audience, rather than going to your competition, comes to you. Now, these are the most favorite review sites: Google, Facebook, Yelp, TripAdvisor, Yellow Pages. In addition to that, don't forget to have a strong reputation on your website. I've just shown you Kevin's website, and as well as your social media, including any industry-specific platforms that are there. Okay, but these 5 annual social media are very important. Google being leading the pack, obviously. Now, again, you have to make sure that when you have reviews, you need to respond to the reviews. Right? In an unlikely event, you do get a negative review, you do need to respond to that as well. Okay. Now, a food for thought. I'd like you to all imagine you have a bunch of clients, probably few, probably a large number of clients. Why do your customers like you, your business? What is it about your business or your service, your offering that makes your clients like you? Think of that. Now, imagine if that information, right, was directly from the client's own words, was broadcasted online regularly by us on your various platforms, how would that make an impact to your business? Right? You've got a great service, great timing, professional attitude, etc. Whatever your clients like about you. Imagine if that was published all over the internet with your client's own words and also stating your client's exact description of the feedback they give you, how would that make an impact? I'm sure all of you can imagine that would be great way of getting your name out there and building a stronger brand. Now, for you to build a strong reputation, you need to make sure that feedback, that positive feedback of your client is all over the internet. Because as I mentioned a few minutes ago, people have different preferences. Okay. So what is the best thing? What we do for our clients is we build and market our clients' reputation on all relevant platforms that don't lose out. So when you're putting an information out on your website, on your post, that's your story. But when your customers say how great you are, that's where your reputation is built. Okay. And as it says, nothing creates more power to your marketing strategy than your happy customers' feedback marketed across multiple platforms. Now, how do you do it? One, you need a lot of a high quantity of positive reviews online. That's important. But equally spread on multiple platforms on a regular basis. It's like brushing your teeth again. You can't wake up and say, I'm going to brush for 14 times today. I'm good for the week. You got to do it regularly, twice a day. The same thing. You need to build a reputation on an ongoing basis. If you do that, plus you have a strong reputation on your social media. I mentioned to you a client that I had a meeting with this morning who lost a client, another client, just because his reputation wasn't strong on that platform. Don't forget to have a strong reputation on social media. And this is not a post about your business. This is about your reputation. If you can accomplish all of that, you get onto Google's good books, you get organically promoted, and it also gives you a chance of attracting more clients. Now, what you need to do is smart businesses have an intelligent reputation strategy or tool. When I grew up many years ago, many decades ago, I lived very close to a farming community. And I found there were two kinds of farmers, if I recall. One was the one that were doing the farming, they were plowing manually. They used hoe or some sort of manual farming process. A lot of energy, took them a lot of time, was a very, very minimal amount of farming they could do over a time. And there was another spectrum of farmers that use technology, right? That use a sophisticated tool, and their productivity was much higher. So you can do it manually or you can use a tool. Now, at this point in time, I'm more than happy to give you a peek into how we have designed our reputation marketing strategy. And so that if you'd like to do that, as I mentioned, it's a very educational session today, how we can do the same. First of all, have a system of collecting feedback from your client, not reviews, but of feedback. Most of your customers may not give a review online, but if you ask them for a feedback, almost everyone will, because now you're making your clients feel appreciated and valued, that you care for their feedback. Now, it's very important that the feedback collection system that you've got is a very simple system which will take them nothing more than 30 to 40 seconds. The next thing, when the feedback is collected, once you got a way of collecting feedback, make sure that feedback gets marketed on multiple channels. Now, what that will do for you is that it will create more awareness. People will find you on multiple platforms, and more importantly, they'll start trusting you, and they will contact you. So that will give you more sales of your well-deserved products or services that you have in your business. And don't forget, it's got to cover all the different platforms. Then you need to also have a way of managing and protect your reputation. If your client is not happy, make sure that you can get that information so that, one, you don't lose that client. Because if you don't know, what you don't know hurts you more than what you know. Secondly, as there is a human tendency, they don't go and tell their friends and family. And thirdly, they don't go and put it online, which can be quite damaging if it's negative. So make sure that you have a way of protecting your reputation. And you're creating a culture of good service, whether it's yourself in your business, whether you've got a couple of helping hands. Make sure that there's a culture in your industry, in your business particularly, that you are seen as a business that gives a first-class customer service to your client. So by doing all of that, you can design your own reputation marketing strategy. Now, we have a strategy that we have developed with the same model. It's been 13 years now, as I said that. Heavily invested through our stakeholders. Millions of reviews have been collected in different industries, all kinds of businesses, one-man band, one-woman band, to large corporates, right? We work in multiple countries, and we have a dedicated and a friendly customer support team that work with our client to make sure that our clients get a tailor-made and personalized service. So this is what we do, just for information. One, we monitor what our clients, we monitor what the public is talking about our clients, business online. We send them an alert, so we're the ears and eyes out on the digital platform. We have reputation reports every month to show how the reputation is progressing on different platforms on a regular basis. It's going to be a continuous improvement process. And thirdly, we have the marketing angle of it. A lot of businesses are aware of reputation management, but the marketing angle is where you utilize on the whole strategy. So once we help our clients market their reputation through our technology and through our system, our clients can get an exact analysis of how many people have seen the reviews marketed on what platform, and the sort of the impact that it brought to the business as well as the engagement. It's all tied down to a client record management system, CRM, that is the hub of the whole machine. Then we build a reputation. To start by building a reputation for a client, we have a short training session with our clients, whether they are one-man band, one-woman band, or if there's a small team. We train everyone on why they need to give a great service, because that impacts the role of what everyone's role is in reputation marketing to boost the reputation for our client's business. And this is what we do. As I mentioned a few minutes ago, people don't bother giving a review, but they will gladly give you a feedback if you ask them in a professional way, and if you make it into a simple process. So we make a simple branded feedback page for our client. We've done this in Spanish. A lot of our clients have used this in Spanish. I'm sure it might be quite popular for some of you that have Spanish-speaking clients in USA. We can do it in multiple currencies, multiple languages. And all you need to do is ask your client to give a feedback. Now, the way it says at the bottom of the screen, person giving the feedback allow that feedback to be published anywhere online. So Job Logs has given that permission. He verifies he's done business with you. So this is a legal feedback. It's all legit. Now, as Google partners, we are Google partners. We don't put anything dodgy, fishy that's not accurate out. And a lot of businesses have been banned from Google when Google suspects fake things being put online. It's not worth your time putting fake things. May as well get the genuine feedback going online, because you don't want to be prosecuted or even banned by Google. So we cover the legit terms, and we have a proprietary system. So once the feedback is collected, it goes online. There is an IP stamp, the timestamp, it all gets recorded in our server. And with that information, one feedback then gets published or can get published in multiple platforms. So just to give you a quick understanding, it's a page like this. The data can be, your client can put the data which goes onto your back-end CRM for keeping in touch with the client. You can have some survey questions in the middle. In the bottom of the screen is a feedback page, a feedback section. So once I give a feedback, we can do one of two things. Either we can drive everything to Google or Yelp or whichever platform is of your relevance, but most of our clients do prefer us giving options. So your customer then will get an option. Do they want to put it on Google or on Facebook or on Yelp or any other platform that is out there relevant in the industry? And all the person giving a feedback needs to do is click that icon of his or her choice, and that feedback then becomes an online review. So it doesn't stay internally, it goes out so the public and your potential client to see that. That's step one. What happens if it's negative? There's a smart routing, right? So if somebody gives a feedback, no, we can't make all our clients happy. And if you don't have a system, they may end up putting it online or telling their friends. So if it's a negative feedback, our system, our technology will smart route to an apology page where the unhappy client of yours get a chance to express their feedback. I like to just stress here, this is temporary filtered. It is not permanently hidden. It is temporary filtered to give you time, a week or so, to resolve the problem with your unhappy client. If you do not do anything about this, then it does go live. But within that 1 week, we will reach out to you. You'll instantly get an alert saying good news and bad news. Good news is job logs is not happy because of what he has written. So that's the bad news. Good news is not online. That's where our team will reach out to you and will guide you on how to rectify the problem with our 13 plus years of experience with working with 1,000 clients. So once you solve the problem of your client, you turn an unhappy, disappointed client to a happy client, you can ask him or her for another feedback. And this is an opportunity for you to leverage that. And the feedback might then turn saying that, hey, Paul was very rude, or something like, oh, job blogs and company are very customer oriented. Even if you have a problem, they'll take care of your problem. So that is about how you can turn a negative into positive, so you don't lose that client. So as mentioned, if a client leaves a low review, the system does not post review in the public domain. It allows the client to leave feedback that can be addressed. Okay, and if you do currently have it, but this must be sorted by you. It cannot be ignored, otherwise it will go live. So if you have negative feedback online, if you know businesses, associates that do have a negative feedback online, remember, for every negative you do need for every negative you need 15 positive one to sort of balance this out. And this is why it's important. A lovely dude, one of the most respected person in the digital field, Jeff Bezos, that's what he says. If you make customers unhappy in the physical world, they may tell 6 friends. And this is where businesses do have a tendency of not having a pulse on the business or with your clients. Because if you ask your clients on their face, people normally say, oh yeah, that was great. But in reality, maybe it wasn't great, and they go away and tell their friends. And if they're really upset, there's that danger that if they put it online, whether it's on your platform, on your social media, or whether they're going to put it on their own platform, on their own Instagram or Facebook, to 6,000 people can get to know about it. Now, reputation obviously is important. Some of you may have been in business for a short time. Some of you may have been in business for a long time. But it does take a long time to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it, right? Warren Buffett's famous quote that I'm sure all of you must have heard of it, right? So it's important that you build your reputation, you're protecting reputation, but more than all of that, you need to market your reputation. You need to shine that torch on your reputation so it gets published all over the internet. And that's what our technology, our team members, we have a team of a lot of people in our reputation department. We then market the reviews of our clients on the website. It shows as authentic, genuine review from Google. You get that sort of a badge of certification from Google. And it also gets marketed on multiple platforms. So wherever somebody goes online, they need to get that evidence that you give a great service, right? And again, like I said, this is an example. You can have a page. It shows the name of the person. It shows the platform they're coming from. And all of them have been verified, as you can see that. Right? So if you have a lot of reviews on the website, with the link where it's coming from, right? Without any doubt, when you get visitors to your website, the conversion rate goes up by 2%. That's great, guaranteed. And your clients can then click on the name of the person, like Adrian, or the link where it is platform, and it will then open it up. And that increases conversion by 2%. Now, this way of having your reviews marketed, as I explained for Kevin, right? This is a smart technology, right? It comes, a lot of businesses do have a testimonial page really hidden on their website. This sort of a page, this sort of a code, the one that is installed on our client's website. Can be on the left-hand side, can be on the right-hand side, right? One is very eye-catchy. It keeps on scrolling. There's a call to action button. There is a badge of verification, right? Okay, and it's like, and then somebody can either call you, okay, or it can take them to a page where they can make the decision. So this is something that part of the webinar attendees that you have all come from. We would be happy to have you use this complimentary from us for a month. Okay, so the 7 failure of reputation marketing on our website is: one is rarely seen, no review verification, not mobile friendly, can't update it, doesn't catch your eye, no direct record. So the way this is how it is normally on people's website, right? So the old way, one, it gets viewed on all the different platforms. So whichever page somebody goes on your client's website, so again, show you quickly here. And as I said, we are going to be more than happy to let you do it. So that's, so be epic, I just close it. All right, I can show you on our website. By the way, that's what it is. So comparing our website, as soon as somebody goes to the website, the review starts popping up. All right, as I said, it's a badge, and this is an either somebody can call or that, versus somebody else. Just Google this person. As you can imagine, if there is no, so that's a testimonial. Somebody might probably doubt whether this person, Sarah Markland, is genuine or Gonzalez. Is it there? Is it a real person, or has it just been cleverly thought of in somebody's mind and just tagged? So you do need that page of verification, and this can be either on the right hand side, like on our website, or you can have it on the left hand side, as chosen by the client. Okay. So yeah, so that is the code. We'll be happy to have you use for a month, right? As part of our, right? It will show perfectly timed 5-star reviews, update regularly, 100% mobile friendly, review verified, directory authority icons, and click to call actions. Okay, so a strong reputation. One of the testimony from one of our clients, happy with the service and get new customers with the genuine reviews published to different platforms. And this is what a strong reputation can do for you. It's been my pleasure today to give you a peek behind the scene, how you can do it yourself. If you want to do it, build your own platform, build your own strategy of doing it. One, build your reputation. I've just given you a way. If you have a favorite restaurant that you love going to and a meal that you thoroughly enjoy, if the chef invites you to go in his kitchen or her kitchen, so you can see how they make the food for you, they've just given you a recipe, and that's what I'm doing. But you do need to consider building a strong reputation, whether yourself or getting help from somebody who has got the know-how and the technology. By doing that, you're going to stand out from your competition, improve your brand perception, your customer service will improve, your profits will increase because you're going to get more visible online and more leads, and your good qualities can be. So at this point in time, and it's much more than review collection, as I mentioned earlier, it's not just reviews, it's a strategy that helps on different things, okay. And these are the statistics. 86% of consumers read reviews for local businesses. Consumers read 10 businesses. Most of your clients are going to only consider if you got recent reviews. You need to have more than 4 of them, right? Many people, you might have a slick website, but unless they have read a lot of reviews, right, they might not even end up going to your website. Okay, and it does help in your ranking as well. And if you got negative information online, negative press, that will influence 80% of people to change their mind. So if you do have negative at the moment, don't worry, don't fret about it. We can help you to turn things around in a genuine and the right way. Like I mentioned, we work with Google closely, so we won't do anything dodgy for you, but we can give a strategy that you can turn things around. At this point in time, maybe Bijan, you have you have built your reputation using the strategy we gave you in 2023. Maybe if you could kindly give some feedback on what is done for you, how you have done it, and how easy or difficult it has been for you using the strategy we gave you.
I don't know how difficult, because I really haven't done anything. All I've really done is during my presentations, or whenever we've had a success story with our clients, a team member just sends out, hey, thank you for your feedback, or thank you for your update, and would you mind leaving a review for us. And just by doing that consistently, we have over 100 positive reviews, for 5-star reviews on Google. People do tell me that if they are, a lot of our clients come from referrals, and the first thing the referrals will do is check out our website, check out Google, and when they see all the positive reviews, they'll schedule an appointment to speak to one of our team members. So what I can say is, since we started working with you, Simal, we've almost doubled in size. I can't say how much of that has to do with reputation. I truly believe it has a very significant impact on our conversions. And just we don't have a fancy sales team. It's my basically $6 per hour virtual assistant that takes his call, very simply goes over our service, no heavy selling, and we've been consistently getting clients, over the last 12 months. I said, I truly believe, I didn't honestly speaking, when we first met, I didn't really even understand the true value of reputation marketing. I always thought it's more for products and Amazon and hotels. I really wasn't looking at it from a business perspective. It's kind of ridiculous to think like that, but that was the reality of it. I was so busy just kind of doing day-to-day business that I kind of ignored things like reputation and SEO. And now obviously we've had many conversations. Now I have a better understanding. I think my biggest regret is not doing this 5 years when I started the business 5 years ago. If I had just been consistent over the past 5 years, it wouldn't be in the hundreds. It would be probably in the close to the thousands, right? And that kind of reputation can put you at a different level of branding and positioning in front of a lot of competition, right? So anyway, so to me, it's a fundamental of business in this day and age, given how many people are now trained to look at reviews because of Amazon, because of hotel sites and review sites and stuff. So it's drilled into us to look at reputation and reviews. And if you don't have it as a business owner, we are potentially losing, I wouldn't say thousands, probably it can cost us, cost the entire business.
Thank you so much, Vijay. I appreciate your kind words. So as given a commitment to Kevin's community, we would be happy to give you the pop-up to have on your website for 1 month to use, right? Get the feel of it. And part of the further commitment as well is that every industry has its own reputation strategy. What I've given you today is just an overview of a general way. So one of the things that we will be offering you is a totally complementary strategy to build for you that you can do yourself if you wish. You don't need to engage us. We'll also give you a assessment of your competitors or people in your industry. What sort of benchmark do they have? Where are you on that standing? You might be fantastic. How can you leverage? If you are fantastic, how can you leverage your fantastic reputation to be taken into the next level so you can capitalize on it, right? So we'll be offering you that as part of a thing. And Vijay was very kind enough to allow us to use his report to show you the sort of report that our clients get. So this is a monthly report. It shows, one, how many reviews have been marketed within a short period, how many feedback collected, how many reviews. So as you see, it started from 0 to 133, 220 feedbacks, how many views, right? So the review widget that's on the website will also have, and also see how many views, how many eyeballs have got on that widget, right? So you can see that. Now, the impact of that is that you get your Google business profile, because our platform is linked to the Google business profile, like this one here, it has an impact on some sort of growth. And so it will be able to say how business or interactions, how many people read your business online, on desktop, mobile, maps, search, what are the different keys people are okay. So that's a software report you get to that. Kevin, would you like me to take questions on reputation marketing at this junction?
Yeah, I think
And
that'd
then
be fine.
the advanced strategy, or shall I
Yep.
just go to it? Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions about reputation marketing, like the slides that he's been showing? He's going to jump into SEO and explain what that is and show that in just a moment, but I don't want to keep going. I want to see if you guys have any questions about it. I'm glad you showed my website because, you know, it's hard to explain this in a quick little live stream video, inviting people to this experience, but, you know, the reputation widget that is on my website is, it's interesting that my customers notice it. They mention it to me, which tells me they're seeing it. And for them to tell me about it tells me that it somehow it is a value to them in some way. And so I think that's very interesting. And, you know, when I shop, I put it in the chat, when I shop, if there are few reviews, I'm not buying from that business, because reviews can be bought nowadays on some platforms. And I want to know that there are a lot of customers that are real happy with this product or with this business. And so I'm real picky with how I purchase or hire people. And I love this because I've literally had friends tell me this review widget, Kevin, I'm putting in a review for you right now into Google. Let me know if you get an email. I don't even have to go check the email because I can see it pop up in my phone or on my homepage, and I get an instant hit of a customer, and I see their name, I see what they wrote. It's actually pretty amazing. So all of those reviews come in live as they are submitted. It's really surprising. And I love the fact that you can actually, a bad review, a low star review, you can actually address it offline before it goes public to give you a chance to raise the star rating. And that's genius, because there are some review sites, when that bad review goes on there, you will never get that bad review off. And it's good and bad. So anyway, I like it because I'm just amazed how fast it works, and it works. So that's just my little input. Any questions, you guys, about how this operates? In no question is a silly question. This may be a little overwhelming. It's definitely a new language for some people. And it took me a while. I got college degrees and I didn't understand it. So, you know, it happens. But what I noticed was Simal, when I worked with Simal for my business, they actually took the time over a few meetings and sat down to figure out who actually am I? What is my brand? What am I really offering the public? And how do we narrow that down to keywords, or you know, how do you interact with your customers to ask them for reviews currently? What are you doing, and what's not working? Things like that. So they took time with me, which I really appreciated. I wasn't just a customer and a number. And so it really was personalized, which was very much appreciated on my side. Any questions? So you can always drop them in the chat. You can always email us. At some point, I can always forward those to Simal later. But Simal, go ahead and jump into the SEO part to explain what are these keywords and why does it matter in Google?
Right. Now, what I'm going to touch now is something totally different. We've all heard, I'm sure to some extent, SEO, right? I would definitely be quite surprised if you've not heard of. But SEO is a spectrum, right? So you've got a vehicle, right? So if you say, hey, I've got a vehicle, so is that a motorbike? Is that a bicycle? Is it a Ford? Is it a Ferrari? Is it a plane or jet, right? All of these are vehicles, but what a bicycle can do versus what a jet can do, or a plane can do is obviously millions of miles difference, right? So SEO is a spectrum. When people know about SEO, what they know about SEO, or I hear a lot of time people say, oh yeah, I've got my website, my web developer did some SEO. Now that is now the basic SEO, which is very different. So imagine that's like a bicycle, but what you need is a Ferrari to take you to where you need to go very fast, right? And to achieve you the great distance. So what I'm going to discuss today is about advanced holistic keyword SEO, which is different from the basic SEO. Okay, so advanced, okay. So people, when they're looking for your product or service, and when they don't know you, they are going to go on the internet and search for you. They could go on Google, they might go on a podcast site, they might go to a business listing, Quora, AI, there are lots of places people like going looking for something. So keyword SEO, which is advanced holistic SEO, is making sure that using keywords, work happens so that you can be found. So I'll give you an example. So say if you type, for example, reputation marketing experts London, you see us coming, and there are other people as well. But let's keep that aside. So this is what it is. We worked with this guy, Tiempo Soccer Academy in Long Island, right? And when we started working with him last year, he wasn't found anywhere online. Definitely not on keywords that mattered, right? So, and there are so many soccer academies in Long Island and the boroughs, New York boroughs, and he was there lost amongst hundreds and hundreds of websites. So we look for keywords that somebody may be searching so that you come on page one. Okay, but it's not only that, there's lots more than that. There's just a tip of the iceberg, right? So as I say, not to be confused with the local SEO, which most web developers do. So I'm going to take this, and we do local SEO as well, right? So these are the two challenges businesses have. One, they have an online presence, they may have a Google listing, they may have a website, but they don't get enough right audience that need their product services, which is lack of online visibility awareness. We are starting a project with somebody in Florida next week, and she does hurricanes and insurance, loss adjustment insurance, helps people to claim that. And she just couldn't be found, right? So that is what it is. That's what we do, like the Soccer Academy and loads of other businesses that we got. Right? So how we tackle that is there are 4 things that needs to happen. Okay, so this is very comprehensive SEO, not a few elements. One, you need to make sure that there's technical SEO happening on the back end of your website, not the front end. Again, as I mentioned, it doesn't matter how slick, sophisticated, and beautiful your website is. If it cannot be found, is no good. So we do technical SEO so that using the right keywords that people may be searching, and it's important that you use the right keywords, your website can be found on Google and also on other platforms, not just Google. You're going to be found everywhere. Okay, and that is called offsite, and that's what holistic SEO includes. Offsite activities. Are you on podcasts? Do you have PDFs put about what you're doing? Article submissions, business listing, Quora. I'm sure all of you have heard of Quora. It's a very powerful platform now. Do you do AEO, answer engine optimization? That is AI, image publishing. So that is 70% of the work. Then, if you have a Google listing, is it being worked on so that it can drive more traffic, and your YouTube as well? Okay, so by doing all of that activity, one, you get high rankings. The higher you rank on Google, the more people are going to come to you. If you are on page 4, 5, 6, it's as good as 0. You're not going to get much, right? You need to be able to have a report that shows in details how things are faring, what's happening, where are you getting the audience from. I'll show you an example of a report. Do you have the right audience coming to your website? Right? Again, as I said, if you're not on page 1, you are losing 90% of your audience, right? But again, having said that, that's on Google search. We also make sure that our clients are found on other platforms as well. SEO gives you long-term organic benefits. Once you have done it for a while, it's starting an exercise program, it's starting a gym program. Within a few months, momentum kicks in and you become more and more. healthy. It's the same thing. Your online profile becomes more healthy as opposed to relying on ads. So these are some of the misconceptions about SEO, right? And that is one-time thing. It's all about links. Not all keywords are equally good. So we need to research what people will be searching for in your industry. Content marketing does not replace SEO. I had a conversation again with somebody this morning, and he's got a lot of information on his website. But that doesn't mean that if you put information on your website on and on, that's going to replace SEO. SEO doesn't give immediate results, but we do give a guarantee to our client that within a few months, they will get traffic coming, they will get good results coming. In fact, Kevin, it was very kind of you to have given us a feedback to that extent on our website as well. I think it is right here. Here, that you started saying feedback within 2 to 3 months. Anyone on the call that wants to see Kevin's online profile, just go to our website, click on them, and you'll see everything he does online. So that will open up here, Kevin. And you got 187 points from Google. That just shows, that basically makes Kevin local guide level number 3. And that means his feedback is really,
Don't show them my bad restaurant reviews.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get away from that.
I've got a few of
those.
those.
That's what it is, right? So there you go, right? So that is what it does, and it was great that within 2 to 3 months you did see momentum on your online presence as well. So our service, we make sure that our clients do start getting results quickly. If not, we do compensate by doing ads. So this is a lot of things that SEO requires, okay, including offsite activities, including AI and brand power, a lot of different things. Now, one, you need to have the time, you need to have the inclination to do all of this as well. We are launching again. I had a meeting with somebody who does translation services. Coincidentally, I keep on bumping into people from Florida. Might be because I love Florida myself. I can't wait to go another second time. But I had a meeting with somebody from Florida yesterday only, who we are going to be launching his SEO next week. And he's like, I just wouldn't know where to begin or have the time to do it myself, right? So he's going to have, so for you to have a SEO strategy, again, please take note of this. One, you have to have a way of making it cost effective. You need to have credibility linked with it. So a little part of our SEO, keyword SEO, the advanced holistic SEO we do include a reputation or marketing on the website. Google keeps on changing, the different platforms keep on changing. So the keyword SEO that we provide our client, because we work with Google very closely, we make sure that we adapt to changing algorithms for our client as time goes. We help our clients to improve their user experience. The online visibility is greatly increased. I'll show an example again. Visual was kind enough for us to use a report. Quality traffic generation, mobile optimization, data-driven decision. Okay, so what we provide, we give you a guarantee. If you don't get traffic, if you don't get visibility, we will do ads at our cost. So this is a guaranteed service. It's a holistic SEO, right? We have a big team of experts in the SEO team, and you get access to your business director, to an SEO director, and an account manager, the customer service director person. You don't need to call and get onto a long wait. You have a direct mobile numbers, and we have a WhatsApp group created and a detailed report, and our fees have no hidden charges. So quickly, if I can quickly show you an example of, I will use Beasel's example again. So that's sort of a report you get. The Google metrics, benefits, you stay on top, adapt to changes, more traffic, competitors track and improve. You get performance metrics, data comparison of impressions, how many impressions you've had of your profile, the top queries people have found you online, active users, the views, the acquisition channels, what page people have spent time on. So if you find that if your website has got a certain pages that people bounce off very quickly, they're only spending like 10, 15 seconds, then that is of a worry. But if you've got somebody who's spending like 1-2 minutes, like you can see on this website, that's brilliant. That is brilliant, Vijay. It shows the page views and the session started, user engagement, the video progress. very important data that you can use to monitor how things are happening. So we do a lot of work, and then we bring the Google results back on your thing. It also shows what location you're getting traffic from. It's if you want to, if like Diesel's business can be nationwide. If you only want to zero onto a certain location, you can let us know, and we'll only work within that location. It shows what devices people are using. So we make sure that our clients' website function on all devices, desktop, mobile, tablet, including the operating system. So because if you've got your website works on certain operating system, but maybe it doesn't work well on, say, Windows and, for example, Linux, right? You're losing a lot of people that may just come, they can't engage properly with your website, and then they're just going to disappear, right? So we show how many new users have come and active users. Google tracks this, all Google Analytics. We don't create this; it's straight from Google Tag Manager. So it shows, for example, in Beazel's website, 734 people came, new users, out of which 9 of them, if you subtract that, were people had probably already been there, and Google tags and using the IP address. Every device has an IP address. Now, what are the key targeted keywords that we are working on? What are the backlinks we've created? The Google Insights. So part of the work is we'll also work on the Google profile, which was that on the one that I showed you for BeEpic. The report also talks about, and this is where it is, the offsite work that we would do. All right, so I'm not going to, right? Just very quickly, what is off-page activity of the keyword position? The work on Quora will create an article for you. So this is the same worksheet. Already in May, so much work has happened on the Quora publications. There's a username and password. We make little podcasts, a GMB post, Web 2.0, linked with, very much linked with, right? We would then show the landing pages if they've created, any forums, and there's a username and password, okay? Profile creations, different profiles, bookmarking, classified work we would have done, any articles we would have put based on the keywords that we're working on, direct to submissions, PowerPoints, PDFs, image sharing, AEO, that's answer engine optimization, that is in line with AI, press releases we may do. So there's a lot of different work that we do, is right, and such a submission. So what that does is that the visibility starts going up, awareness goes up of the services. You want to create awareness on different platforms, not just on Google, but different platforms. That's what happens as part one. But secondly, by having a lot of offsite activities happening, Google algorithm tend to pick that up to help us get the ranking going higher, which then translates to more visitors to your website. And as soon as somebody comes to the website, and when they start seeing the review pop up, the experience Kevin has had, then that gets people to want to at least engage, right? And that is what Bijal mentioned, that his business has had approximately 200% growth, based on the fact that a lot of people might have seen the reviews, might have gone shopping on different websites, and seen that the virtual and executive assistants that BeEpic provides, right? That they are different. There's evidence, right? And when people start seeing reviews on your website coming every 25 seconds, it's going to make them want to stop, read that, and then start publishing. A lot of people are going to check, hey, is this really genuine? They click on it, they say, oh, okay, because it can't be on Google. If it's not genuine, this is verified. They'll click the name of the person, say, okay, there is somebody called Lorraine, right? And this is what makes this is what's going to make your clients want to engage you psychologically. When they see so many reviews, it also says that, okay, BeEpic is great. I am Kevin Lee is great in their services, right? I should at least contact them to give them an opportunity of telling us about the services, right? So as mentioned by Kevin, we would give you that for a month complimentary. So that is what it is. We'll create a platform on Quora for you, do some work. The video would have, the report would have some sort of an analytics of the wow factor for that month. every month there's a strategy planning we do, next steps and recommendations in conclusion. So that is about the keyword SEO. Again, very important. If you want to do it yourself, remember you need to do 4 things. Primarily, offsite technical SEO. Make sure you look for the keywords that are relevant. Work offsite. Offsite SEO is very important. So work on AOE, Quora, look for places you want to do, list your business profile. That again, it must be platforms that are going to be relevant to Google algorithms, right? Podcasts and PowerPoints and submissions and all those activities that I mentioned to you. But make sure you do that on your own. If you've got a friend who is tech savvy, make sure they do all of that, so that gives you a great ranking online. Okay, so that is what it is in terms of the keyword SEO and adaptation marketing difference. So what are we offering you? Thank you for your time once again. I'll be happy to take any questions at the moment. But if you would like to know your standing where you are, we are Google partners. We have a certain Google tool software that can allow us to do an in-depth analysis of where you stand, where you're doing great, where you can leverage, and probably where you need to tweak a few things to get a better result, right? The information I will share with you, you can fix your issues as well, right? This is something that we'll be offering complimentary. The consultation, we normally charge for this, but that's going to be complimentary based on being attending today's webinar. And we'll also do a one-on-one consultation. You don't need to engage us, you don't need to take us on board, but the information we give you will definitely be very, very invaluable for you to have a marketing strategy. Again, as I said, please register. There'll be a link sent to you. Please register. You'll also get an ebook. The ebook will have lots of tips for you that will be very powerful for you. A 30-minute free consultation with our marketing specialist. That's a link you can use to register. Again, we'll give you a lot of tips. We'll do an audit, okay? And at your cost, it will also give a chance of using the review pop for a month. Boost the conversions by 270%. Thank you for your attendance. That's a link. If you can also kindly give us some feedback. There's a QR code here. Sorry, let me go back. Okay. And thank you so much. And please do give us a feedback on that's a QR code on the webinar today, so we can make sure that over time we enhance or improve our webinars that will be beneficial for our future audiences. It's part of what we're offering today. It's free. Thank you, Kevin, and I'm more than happy to take down any questions.
No, absolutely. No, if you have questions, you guys, you can unmute yourselves and ask, since we have a small intimate group, or you can drop it in the chat if you're not comfortable. But, you know, definitely one of the things I remember was when I first met you, and I had my meeting with you, and then you did an analysis of my website for my SEO because I was not showing up in Google. There were like a million other Kevin Lees of all other races and professions in the world, and I was buried. And I didn't think it was that bad until I saw the results. And but what I remember was you said, you know, whether you use us or not, here's the report. It'll show you what's wrong with your SEO and how your website's showing up and all this. Because what I was surprised was I could take all of the information and I could actually sit and do it. I could actually go in and see where there was a lack of information that I was providing Google. There were things missing, things broken in my website. And I had no clue that all of that was happening because I'm not that techie. And so I could actually have it worked on. So I really appreciated that you shared a lot of honest information. And you were like, you know, if we're for you, great. If not, you can at least work on a lot of the problems that you're experiencing with your brand name and you're not showing up in Google. And so that'll help you. And that's what I appreciated. Perfect. And so Mary is saying she's here as part of a family member's business, and she'd like to offer this to extend it to her daughter's business. Sky and Alchemy in La Jolla. Oh, I love La Jolla. What a great town. What a great
It's
city.
Skin Alchemy in La Jolla.
Ah.
It's anyway, I'm here representing her because she couldn't be a part of this today. So I want to
Perfect.
make sure that I can have her reach out to participate in the offer.
That's fine, Mary. What's your daughter's name?
Lindsay, Lindsey McGrath, MacGrath.
Great. If you could send her the link that Kevin has put on the chat, right? Please tell her to mention your name. When
Okay.
she can slot in a half an hour or 45 minutes call with me.
Okay.
Please tell her to put your name and Kevin Lee webinar, right?
Okay.
And then our office will extend the same offer to her.
Okay. And so what link? I'm looking in the text. Which link is that? The calendar?
And the one that's calendly.com.
Mhm.
calendly.com/Simal Diary.
And then tomorrow morning, probably sometime tomorrow during the day, I'll have my assistant kind of capture the video and capture the information and whatever it needs to be sent out for the people who couldn't come today. And so that'll go to you as well, Mary. So that might even be helpful as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So Mary, have you taken the link? Have you saved the link?
I clicked on it and I have the Calendly.
Mhm.
That's right. Yes, Calendly.
Where it's showing your name, 15-minute reading, 30-minute meeting, and 45-minute meeting. So
Correct. Yeah. 30 minutes.
So do I click on that now or what? Or do I send this over to her? Because
You can send it to Lindsay. You can send it to Lindsay. Tell her to slot a meeting, right? And just tell her to put your name somewhere on that notes section. So I know that's what. So she gets that on your behalf. She'll get that feedback gifts basically.
Okay, my name and Kevin's name, right?
That's right. Yes. So that means she'll get the free pack, the gift pack that we're offering for the webinar attendees here.
Okay, and so which one should she click on? The 30-minute, the 45-minute?
Ideally 45 minutes, but
Or-
if she
okay.
doesn't have 45 minutes, then 30 minutes. But 45 minutes will give me a good enough time to have to explain this over. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Yeah. Great.
Any other questions, you guys? I know some of you are off camera. Go ahead, Jackie.
Yeah, no, I loved it. Thank you so much, Simal, for all that information. I'm like so blown away. So I'm going to be circling back around to you in around August, September, because I have some, kids I got to go off to college, and so I do my right now I'm like slow and control with my stuff,
Okay.
So, but I'm definitely going to refer you actually to my husband as well.
Okay. What's his name? So I'll keep an eye out.
His name is Justin, and he owns a title company here in Florida. He's an attorney.
Okay.
He's a real estate attorney and also owns a title company. I'm not sure where they are with their SEO or anything like that, because that's his business, not mine. But I actually even stuck like a sticky note here that I wrote "Show Babe."
I know, right?
Because definitely. And I know we'll be seeing you anyway, Kevin, and maybe it's something we could chat about too. I love that it's a referral from Kevin. Enough said.
Oh,
Enough said.
I don't refer. I'm careful with my referrals.
I know you are.
You very
am. I really appreciate that. And I'm gonna need like everything you said, and I love it. And I think every business needs that, especially us, like the way we are service providers. We need our testimonials to be out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love
Jackie,
it.
Yes, just tell him to. I'll be happy to have a chat with him. As I said, all of you get a gift pack. I'll be happy to extend that to him, to Justin.
Okay.
For that, right? And like I said, the report or the assessment the Google assessment that will provide him as well as your daughter Mary, right, will actually have all the information that they would need. So I basically open up my hymn book and show exactly what he can do himself. Justin may have a colleague in his company, or Lindsay might have right. and they can just follow the information. Right? They don't need. There's no obligation for them to use our services. It's complete, right? Unless there's something that they need more information with or more ideas, then we can help them. Yeah.
I have a question. Is like once you work with you, and then like for instance, Kevin, everything is set up already on his website. He's got the pop-ups coming up. He's got it all. Then is that a one and done, or is it like now you're on a monthly, retainer with you? Like, how does that work?
It depends. Some of the work, it can be a one-off thing to set it up. Some of them, our clients would like us to keep on working with them for a long time to get the momentum going.
Okay.
I know, like, for example, my pop-up, that was a one-time thing. So it just once you activate the coding and initiate it and link it, it just is always there. And then the other services, like how he was talking about SEO and the offsite and the back end, that's ongoing. So that's making sure all the back end administration is taken care of for your website for SEO, keywording. But also he has a team, he mentioned that they were always building, they were putting business listings, my business listings, on various directories on the internet, putting articles, they created articles for me that I proofed. And then once I proofed it, then they would put it on different websites. And that's what Google is always trolling, searching for these unique places like Quora, where your business name is mentioned, your personal name is mentioned, your website's mentioned. And so there's very strategic places where when you put those keywords, that Google will find you a lot easier, and that's how you get ranked higher.
Okay. Yeah. Once I get through this summer, again, I have so many different priorities going on, and doing my own events and on podcasts and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, I definitely want to schedule a call with you, Simal, and see where I know I'll need a lot of help from you. So
okay. What I do, I usually don't do this, but please take down my number, Jackie. I put you Mary as well as Susan. I put you my number there. Send me a WhatsApp. All right, or you can tell Lindsay to send me a WhatsApp as well.
Okay, hang on.
And and Jack stay in touch. I can share some ideas to you along the way. And then come summer, we can jump onto a call again.
I would love that. Thank you. You're like so full of information. Oh my God.
Because then we can dive deep into your business, what you do, and where are you in your industry? What's supposed to happen?
Yeah, awesome. Because I'm excited. I'm excited too. So come September, it's going to be a whole another world for me. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, but I look forward to having a chat with Justin as well. Feel free to pass on my number as well.
I will definitely. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. I'm going to pop off now. So
absolutely good to see you, Jackie.
Thank you, Kevin, so much for this. This was wonderful. Thank you, Simal, for everything.
Good to see you. We'll see you soon.
Bye now.
Bye. Thank you.
Any other questions, Mary or Susan?
No, I'm good. I need to go as well, but I wanted to thank you both for offering this.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Great to see you.
You're welcome, Mary. Please pass Lindsay my Calendly link and the mobile number, and then I'll give her some tips that can help her business.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you. Perfect. Kay, are you still here?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, we'll go ahead and close the presentation. And I don't know if Susan's still with us or if her computer's locked. But Susan, we're going to close down, and I want to thank you for being here. And I will send out, I'll make sure probably by tomorrow sometime, give me about 24 hours or less, and we'll get the emails out to all of you registrants so you can have links and contact information with Simal and all the things that he offered. And so that way you're not kind of left hanging, and you can go back and watch the video replay on Simal, you speak fast. I thought I spoke fast. But I know we were trying to keep it
ground to cover.
Yeah, I hear you, but it was really good. So we'll offer that to you as well, Susan. So we're gonna bump you out so we can finish our call privately. But Kay, if you'll take care of that.